What's good, guys? Neg City here, and I'm with my boy Joe Fisher, and we're gonna run through this Spiral deck. This is the deck that he's been playtesting. Joe, what do you think about this?
Deck's really good. Still has some problems that I'm trying to kink out. Uh,
Let's get into the list real
yeah,
quick.
nothing to say.
Yeah.
Two Crow. One is
You,
searchable.
you have to play it, right? Because of the XYZ that switches
Yeah,
it.
it's just all around good against most matchups. So.
And it's really good in the mirror match, too.
Yeah,
One of the
yeah,
few hand traps
for
that
sure.
you can play around, just like the next one, 3-Droll and Lockbird.
Yeah, Droll I think is pinnacle hand trap this format. I don't think
Yeah,
anything's
probably
better.
have to play it, right?
Yeah, I think if this card is on your deck and you're going a Spiral, they can play through most of the other hand traps as Droll is what ends
Exactly.
their
I
turn.
realized that. I think the other ones are so bad, besides Droll. And then 3 Magician Soul.
Card's $130 for a reason.
Exactly.
Drones.
Drones, one of.
Last resort, 2 master plan. If you draw 2 of this card, your life is terrible. You can't do anything. So
You wouldn't consider playing 3? I've seen 3
I
sometimes.
was testing 3 for a while. I ended up having to cut it for some other cards. We played more extenders, like we'll get to Dark Magic Veil to help get it out of the hand. Should you draw multiples?
This is like the best card in your deck. This is the thing
Yeah.
that gets everything going if it resolves. And it usually now does resolve because you just make Barricade board blocker, right?
Yeah, Barricade is another card.
Yeah.
It's the MVP.
Okay, so quick
Quick
fix.
fix. If the card was at 3, it'd be lit.
It'd be insane. Sleeper,
Sleeper is your boss monster.
the card that is crazy.
But yeah.
And then only 1 agent and then 1 tough. This is interesting. Is this normal?
So a lot of people have been testing this. I was originally playing 2 Super Agent, 1 Tough, and I tried 2 and 2, then 1 and 2 again with the reverse. But I came to 1 and 1 because Tough is such a good card going second against everything except for
Are
Spiral.
you blinding second or?
No, I go first.
Okay, so this is
But,
going first.
It's just there. You're not going to win every die roll.
Yeah.
It's another name. And going second, that and Super Agent can literally break through any field. So it's just too good not to play. I saw another copy. You'll see later.
Okay. And then the spells, 3 Call by the Grave. I think it's mandatory in combo decks like this.
If they draw you, you lose, so you gotta stop draw.
So the next card is very interesting. 3 Magician's Dark Magic Veil. Is this standard?
I don't think it's standard. I know Aaron Furman played it in his list, and he played Extravagant Spiral. But obviously, it's not Extravagant Spiral. I
It's
think
just
this
like
card
another
is-
Monster Reborn for the...
Yeah, I mean, you
for your
want
best
to get
card.
your master plan on the field as much as possible. This card can also extend later in the turn because it's not once per turn. So if you draw multiples, you can use it to extend your link plays later in the turn and save your trap card for interrupted Super Agent on their turn.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's different.
It's a very good card. I'm not sure about 3, maybe 2, but I feel like a card like this you should play 3. So right now I like it a
Test
lot.
it at 3.
Yeah,
1 Foolish.
it's
So
a
it's standard.
especially with Magic Veil.
Yeah.
You can send the master plan and bring it back. So
And then 1 Goods. Also different.
I think this jumps around between the builds you're playing. I want to test more.
With
But-
more copies. I've seen 3 in the past.
Yeah, I've seen 3, I've seen 2. My problem with this card is that if you draw multiples,
Once
it's
per
just-
turn, yeah. And
so
I like it
yeah.
at 1, honestly, because like everything else looks so neat. Like,
Yeah.
why not just 1? You'll never brick on it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep. And then Reborn, 1
This
of...
card's unbelievable in this
Yeah,
deck. So
insane card.
1 for 1 also.
1 for 1 and FTK.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next card, I'm going to ask you about this Performa Pal Popper Up. This card just, it came out in the Magician Soul set, I believe, right?
Yeah, it's a rare and that's
Okay, so what do you think about this card? I've been playing it in Orcus as well. What do you think?
So this card is pretty cool. It's
It's
very high risk.
Very high
It's
risk.
cost. They get Ash. It sucks. Like
What does it do exactly? Like,
So what you do is you can set up 3 cards in your hand, which would be like the trap cards and like your dead extra copies of or like say you draw Resort and Terraforming. Get rid of that. Mostly the traps and the spell.
But you could send anything.
You can send any cards. You can even get master plans out of your hand. And then the idea is you draw cards equal to the number you sent. But then you take 1,000 of every card in your hand after that. So the life points, especially with
I don't think it matters that much.
it doesn't, but
Not game 1 at least.
with Magic Veil as well.
Yeah, you're adding like
paying
1,000 for this one.
And
yeah.
Werewolf though. I mean, I've had turns where I've taken 6,000 points in one turn.
Oh, that's scary.
And at that point, like you're putting yourself in danger of just getting killed.
But
by
I
one
do
card.
think this is one of those decks. If you get the board going,
Yes,
turn 1,
that's
you probably
the plan
win.
of it.
Game 2 and 3, it's a little iffy.
Yes.
But game 1, I think you just steal the game.
And
with this.
you know, like getting the master plan and you could have total hands where you just draw like 2 master plans, a trap, spell, and something else, and just getting to see more cards.
Yeah, it lets you dig
it
for
makes
anything
the
you need. Yeah.
life points moot. But it could come up if you are in later turns in the game.
Yeah. Okay, so then after that, 2 big red, not 3, not 1, 2. I
You just want to see it,
Yeah.
but it is
don't want to brick
so.
on it and shit. I get it. And then the 1 assault, would you play more or no? You like 1 assault?
No, I like 1. I think 1's good.
Okay. And then
Resort's amazing.
Resort terraforming.
Yeah.
3 War Off Thou. I think all the lists are playing 3 War Off Thou. Is there
Yeah.
any difference on that? There
This
isn't, right?
card-
The level 1 monsters are just
yeah.
so crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you can just get Magician's Soul to your hand, as well as Quick Fix, or even you can get Draw and Lock.
Exactly. You can get all the hand traps.
So, this card's too good in this deck.
Yeah. And then the last card, the last trap card, Spiral Mission, rescue 3 of it.
Makes the deck, you know.
You can't play less of this, right? You have to play.
I see some people playing 2, but I just don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with
there's
it.
so many ways to get into the grave now.
Yeah. There was
Especially
so
to
many
pop her
different
up
ways.
and-
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
just
Especially
leave
with
it
this
free.
card. Yeah, it's just crazy. So that's the main deck. Let's go into the extra deck real quick.
Yeah, I play the Dweller because I play the Agents and the Tough.
Is it standard?
A lot of people are playing Dweller. It's in the Extravagant as well, I know that. It's just, another option. If you can't full combo against certain decks, Dweller's enough to just get you there, and you'll just kill them in the next turn. So,
And then
I like it. The lyrics is to search DD Crow. It also makes your Appaloosa, if you make it with three materials, it makes it 3,000.
wow.
Which is, it gives whatever, you can give any monster 300 for each material.
Oh, okay.
So-
Interesting. That's cool.
You can just make your Appaloosa 3,000. That's a lot harder to deal with than 24.
And then the next one, Appaloosa.
Appaloosa is best card in the extra deck.
Everybody knows what it does in the games.
Yeah, Barricade Borg, discard.
This card's really good in this
I can
deck.
honestly see this card getting banned.
Just because of that
eventually.
interaction, right?
Yeah,
Where you protect the planner
Yeah.
from the hand traps.
Well, also, there's a new ruling. I'm not sure if it's new. I haven't heard of it before this week. So apparently the PBG, they ruled that you could let your resort die in the end phase, which is amazing because
you just have the choice.
you have the choice, and since you made blocker earlier in the combo, you can let your resort die and add it back to your hand so it doesn't get evenly matched.
That's
So
really
I
crazy.
don't know. Plus this card chain locks every single card in the game, so I definitely see it getting banned. Honestly, it's really good.
And then the 2 Link 4s, Borreload Dragon and Borrelsword Dragon. With Borreload coming, I think Borreload's gonna make its comeback because of Spiral Sleeper.
You just have the room in this deck to play it, and
Yeah.
it's just a really good card. So out the BLS link.
Yeah, that's so
So-
many different things. And then Borrelsword, of course. This deck puts up a bunch of monsters you could kill at any time.
Yeah.
Curious.
You don't really make it in this deck. It's there if you need it, but
How would you make it with with
it's
Earths or
very
Darks?
funny. You can make it with Earths and Darks, depending on what it is. It's very hard to make, but
Okay.
it's just there.
No dangers in here either. Normally you see this in danger
Yeah,
lists.
or in the scrap build.
Oh yeah.
I'm just going for a pure,
Pure version of
pure
it, yeah.
standard deck. I think standard decks are the way to go, but
Okay. And then Nightmare Cerberus, Griffin, and all of them. Literally,
yeah. Griffin, you'll notice that I don't play any cards in the main deck that's set with Griffin. My logic behind Griffin is that its effect itself is good enough where you can stun you if they
The negating all monster.
negating the monster X. If you can end this in a sleeper with an Appaloosa, even if you're not full comboing them, that's a really hard board for them to out. If they Dark Ruler you, you still have cards in your hand to play for next turn because you didn't commit all the cards to the combo, and especially with traps in the graveyard. I don't know.
That's good.
I usually set like Call by the Grave or Monster Reborn, whatever card I want. I don't play a specific card.
Yeah, that's understandable. And then Cerberus, Phoenix, Unicorn. I think those are mandatory.
Yeah, it's good.
Link Rebo, standard. 2 double Helix. Is that normal? Can you get away with 1?
I think you can get away with 1. I play 2 because I want to have a follow-up play for the next
And
turn.
you're like more of a pure Spiral.
Yeah, I have the room.
Yeah.
And the Wizard.
And then the Tri-Gate Wizard
yeah.
to end your board with. Do all of your boards always end with the Tri-Gate?
No.
Some of them don't.
Some of them don't, and like it's still enough to get there. If you really take you down to a simplified game state, Appaloosa and Sleeper is a lot for any deck to deal with.
Yeah, for sure. That is not an easy board to crack.
So
that's the extra deck. Before we get into the side deck, because I do want to talk about the side deck real quick. Side deck is always like up for debate. It depends on the format, but currently we are in a format where this deck is the best deck. All the different versions of Spiral is by far the best deck. You either play Spiral or a deck that counters Spiral. So,
absolutely, yeah.
So your whole side deck, do you think it's geared towards Spiral?
And Alter Guys, I think.
And,
Alter Guys
or
is
trap decks, the only other thing you
but
can make it.
It's just like generic cards I've just been testing out. I literally change my side deck every tournament.
Okay. So we'll
I'm
go
not sure
through
on
it real
anything.
quick. So
Nibiru, I'm not sure about this card yet. It's not really great
neither
against
am I.
Spyral.
Neither am I.
Sounding great. Are they really summoning them 5 times anymore without the Mirage Stalio?
Exactly.
Orcus, same thing. Like, they had to open Broken. It's good against, like, the Scrap Spyral deck. It's good against that. And, like, A deck or Block BA, something like that. So, that's why I have it at 2.
And then the next 2 cards interesting. Agent and Tough. I believe it's because
Just roll me a second.
Second, yep.
They're just both really good at breaking boards.
And 3 Dark Ruler.
You needed to break this board and the Block BA board.
Okay, so I want to ask, in the mirror match, do you go second after side?
No.
Because in fear of so you don't care if they happen, it happens.
So I'm also iffy on this card as well, and I'll give my logic why. Because if I Dark Rule you, I'm not killing you. So that's why my deck has more cards in it to play the following turn, so I can go back and break your board. If I can Tri-Gate combo you, game 2, I'll probably just keep my Sleeper in my hand. Because why would I use it when I already have an Apples with 3 negates and a Tri-Gate? If you Dark Ruler me, then at least I have the Sleeper for next turn. I'll be able to play a double Helix with some traps or something in the graveyard. Make another double Helix with my Resort that I'm going to have in hand because I let it die. It's a good card, but I'm not sure about it.
That's a different way to think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then 3 twin, 2 evenly match for the spell and trap decks that we talked about.
Yeah, evenly should honestly be 3 of. It's really good.
Well, what about, I want to ask about Lightning Storm. It's not in here. Do you want it to be in here?
I'm going to test it for sure. Like I said, this is not all the cards I've been trying.
It's a rough, kind of a draft.
But
heading into Vegas, this is definitely just a draft.
With the Tough and the Agent, as well as the Twins and the Evenlies, you have so many ways to break boards. The Lightning Storm might not be necessary in a deck like this, especially with the built-in searchability of Tough and Agent. I probably should throw a Rhoda in here.
I just realized no Rhoda.
Yeah, just as a disclaimer, I should throw a Rhoda in here somehow. Maybe just play 41, play Rhoda, but figure it out.
And then the last card, 3 Judgment in fear of Dark Ruler. Is that what
Dark Ruler and Evenly when I don't end.
Whenever you get to go first, do you always put it in?
Yeah, every matchup.
Okay.
Even against Alter guys, you could really you could stop something that's key.
It's Judgment. It doesn't matter as long as you're not coming close to time. It should always be in your deck going first. It's a crazy card.
Yeah, it just says no to everything, so it's just worth having there. Like, there's no explanation needed for this card.
Yeah, honestly. So guys, that's the Spyral deck. This is the rough draft. There's still things that Joe's gonna work on as he heads towards Vegas, but you're definitely gonna play Spirals, right?
Yeah, and I think I'm locked in with Spyral. There's some cool other decks that I've been looking at, but I think that this deck is the deck to beat for this format.
Of course.
And you're either going to be playing this or something to beat this itself. So I would recommend. The deck is a lot of fun playing through the boards and everything, and obviously Tri-gating your opponent sucks for them, but it's not very fun for you. But getting to play actually going second and breaking through a five interrupt board like a.
So do you think the mirror is skill intensive?
No.
You don't think so?
I think that the mirror, it could be if there weren't cards like Dark Ruler and there weren't cards like Drone Lockbird.
Yeah, those are the cards that are there's no way to play around it. Really.
Yeah, there's no way to play around it, and at the same time, those cards help the mirror. But it's like it's like the old Max C argument. If you have Max C and I don't, I still just lose.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like if you have a Droll and I go first, I play Terraforming or something like that at Resort. You Droll me, I end my turn, and you just Magician Soul combo me.
Is there any way to play out of the Droll or no?
Yeah, like turn 2 and later there is. If you have some setup going, you can make Boral Sword with a double Helix. If you can get the setup with the 2 Spiral Monsters and bring back something. So there's definitely counterplay.
But like not that much. I definitely see Droll being very oppressive going into this.
It's a very fun deck to play against anything that's not Spyral.
Yeah.
Which is funny. I think Spyral decks have always been like that. It's not something like the Zoo Mirror where you're just going to be playing Zoo all day. So I think other people, especially with Magician Soul being so expensive, I think that people are playing other decks.
For sure, for sure.
While this may be the best deck, still be prepared to face your Alter Guys, your Guru, your Salmon Great, your Organs. Like, those decks will be around. So you have to be prepared to play them.
Yeah. Any last thoughts on this deck?
Like I said, rough draft. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions.
Exactly, guys. Let us know. Subscribe. More content on the way. Let's get this Spyral deck perfected here. Peace.
Deuces.